Hola, ¿qué tal? Chicas y chicos de YouTube, estoy muy contento por traerles este nuevo y maravilloso video, y esta vez se trata de nada más y nada menos que Hellblade, en la parte que nos habíamos quedado anteriormente. Esta nueva parte se llama La historia de Baldr. Espero que de verdad les guste mucho este video y sin más preámbulo continuemos con nuestro gameplay de Hellblade. Vamos para allá.
I want to tell you a story about a god of the Northmen called Baldr. The second son of Odin, he was beautiful, good and wise. He was fair of feature, he spoke fair words, he gave fair judgments. Light shone from him, only good things were told of him. Yet he was the first of the gods to die.
Is broken. There's no way you can fix it. What do you do now, Senna?
Stay back, don't touch it.
You're curious. Where are we?
What is this?
It's the same.
Different.
It's another world. It's lighter.
It's nicer. I like it here. Can we stay?
The bridge.
It's not broken.
It's fixed.
What happened?
The bridge is fixed.
Let's cross it.
The Northmen tell this story about the death of Baldr. It begins with dark dreams. Night after night, Baldr dreams of his own death, and the gods fear for his life. So Baldr's mother makes everything in the world, fire, water, iron, stone, earth, wood, beasts, birds, serpents, poison, sickness, swear an oath not to harm her son. One by one, they each make their vow. Neither weapons nor wood will injure him, Baldr's mother boasts. Only Loki, father of Hela, the mistress of death, is not amused.
Dillion is in there. Don't forget. You can feel it. You need the runes to fight Dillion. You need Dillion. He's waiting for you.
He always said he would wait.
He's close.
He cares about you.
He's close. He loves you.
Love calling you.
Open the gate. She can't. Open the gate. It's locked. Try harder. She can't. The gate. She can't. She can't. She will. She'll find it. She will. Through it.
It's dangerous.
Follow it. What's behind the gate?
Where will it take you?
It's not safe. Dillian.
There he is.
There he is.
What are you waiting for?
Quick, find a way.
Find him.
Go through it.
He disappears.
Dillian, don't lose him.
Way too many times.
Always let him disappear.
Dillian, there he is. Where is he?
Where's he gone?
We're in the wrong world.
He's not here.
She's in the wrong world.
He's not in this world.
He's in the other one. He's in the other one. He's in the dark world.
The dark.
The dark world. The world once seemed so simple. Black and white. Darkness and light. Narrow dividing lines of our own making. Dillian taught her to see further. To peek through the cracks and see the worlds of color stretching away from the gloom. And Senna explored new paths into the unknown. Dillian's the only reason she's still alive.
The gods feast and rejoice and amuse themselves by throwing spears and stones at Baldr, striking at him with sword and axe. But he comes to no harm, whatever they do. The gods never cease to wonder at this great marvel. But Loki shapes himself into a woman and asks Baldr's mother, "Is it really true that all things promise to keep him safe?" "I did not ask the mistletoe," Baldr's mother confesses. "I thought it was too young." Oh dear.
What does it feel like to be in love?
He was kind to her. Do you remember the smell of his neck? You can't go up there.
You can't go up there.
Not in this world.
You saw that she was strong. You can't.
He's the reason she keeps fighting. still alive and Dillian's dead. Does he deserve to be dead? How does that make you feel?
You have no chance of love now.
Nobody will love you again.
Ever again.
Nobody will love you. He was the only one that really loved her.
He did love her.
He was the only one that didn't mind the curse.
He loved her so much.
Where are you taking me?
He's up there.
How do you get up there?
There's a way. There is a way up there.
Find the way.
She can do it. You're nearly there. She'll find the way.
Loki makes a dart out of mistletoe and goes to the gods as they throw things at Baldr. The blind god, Huth, was there. Loki asks him why he wasn't taking part. Huth says, "I cannot see where Baldr stands, and even if I could see him, I have no weapon." Loki replies, "Here is a wand. I will tell you where he stands." And Huth throws the mistletoe at Baldr. It pierces through him, and to everyone's horror, Baldr is killed. And for this, Huth is slain. The Northmen tell how the gods mourned Baldr. His body was to be burnt on his ship, but they could not manage to push it into the sea, and sent for a giantess to do it. She comes riding a wolf and has vipers for her reins. She pushes Baldr's ship into the sea with such force that the ground shakes and the rollers burst into flames. When Baldr's wife sees his body carried onto the ship, her heart bursts with grief, and she dies. She's put next to her husband, and the pyre is lit, sending the dead to hell. But even so, the gods cannot accept his death.
Years had passed since she left her father. She trained hard alongside her friend, Dillian. She saw things no one else could. Patterns, shapes, movement. An intuition that made her an exceptional warrior. Friendship turned to love. But the shadow of darkness never let her go, and she was caught between two worlds. That of Zinbel and her past. Lillian. Her future. Two realities tearing at her soul.
Do you remember how he made you feel?
They mean nothing.
Does it feel like to be special? It could all be a waste of her time.
What if the gods are just
Playing.
What if the gods are laughing at her?
Overcome with grief, the gods send Hermod to ride to Hell and ask Hela to let Baldr return home. All the gods are weeping, he says. Are they? Asks Hela. We shall see if he is truly missed. If everything in the world will weep for him, he shall go back to the gods. But if even one thing refuses, Baldr stays with me. The gods send messengers everywhere. Weep for Baldr, weep him out of Hell. And everything wept. Men, beasts, earth, stone, trees, metal, everything. Except for a giantess they found in a cave. Baldr was never my friend, she says. Let Hell keep what she has. The Northmen say that the giantess must have been Loki in disguise.
He did love her.
Do you remember the smell of his neck?
He led you astray.
You should have listened to your father when you had the chance.
Why didn't you listen to him?
This love has tortured you, and it tortures him.
Wasting your time.
You have no time for this. Speed
These
up.
rooms mean nothing. It's all part of their game.
They've set you trials to distract you.
They've set you up, and now they're going to watch you fall.
What if these trials mean nothing?
Laughing at you.
What if they take you closer to Dillian?
About Dillian and you letting this get in the way.
What if they are just to tire you out, to make you weak before the battle? Dillian undoes the curse.
What does it feel like to feel a love so strong?
The Northmen tell how the gods punished Loki for Baldr's death. They captured him and took him to a cave. They fetched his 2 sons and turned one into a wolf, and he ripped his brother apart. The gods used Loki's own son's entrails to tie him down and turned these bonds to iron and dangled a poisonous serpent over his face so that its venom would drip onto him. Each time the venom drips onto Loki's face, he writhes in agony. The Northmen say that is the cause of earthquakes. A reminder, perhaps, that if even gods must accept death, then so must we.
Do you remember meeting him beneath the tree? What if this is pointless?
What are you doing? Why did you think you could make this work?
You keep seeing runes. You see runes everywhere.
Everywhere. What if they're not real? What if they don't actually make sense? The gods were lying.
If you think it makes sense, but really the gods are playing with you.
It makes sense in your mind, but it doesn't make sense.
Worlds, the gods, but it doesn't mean anything.
You can't. This language you don't understand.
Sinbad was right. You're wasting time. You're cursed.
Never succeed.
No, quicker. You had that loved you.
You squashed it, strangled it, flattened it.
The curse cannot be undone. Dillian!
Be very, very careful.
Dillian never much cared for the underworld and looked dimly upon the druids like her father, Sinbad. I guess he took after his father, a chieftain who believed nothing he couldn't see. And he happened to be blind. She felt safe in Dillian's arms, and to see the world through his eyes. Slowly, the darkness that had bound her so tightly began to unravel. Go to him. Go to him.
That's it. Quicker.
Quicker.
It's your fault. He's disappeared. You've lost him to the sea. He's gone. You've lost him to him. Just come to the water. He's drowned.
Senua, your father cannot understand your darkness. He cannot see through your eyes. No one can. My own father was born blind. Doesn't have the faintest idea of what the night looks like. The word dark to him means as little as the word light. So someone is afraid of the dark. Should we fix them by taking away their sight? Would you give up the beautiful world that you and only you can see just to be rid of your nightmares? Or is this the price you pay for the gift you have? A gift that makes you so special in my eyes. Just another part of the person I love.
I left for the wilds to protect you from my darkness. Because I love you. But it made it worse. I'm so sorry.
What if this is pointless? What if you're wrong? What if this has nothing to do with the sword? What if we're wrong? The sword will never be yours. What if this is the end? It's just a trick.
Bueno, eso ha sido todo por hoy, chicas y chicos de YouTube. Espero que les haya gustado mucho este video. Recuerda la parte de abajo de suscribirte y no olvides los likes para que me sigas apoyando a subir más contenido de entretenimiento, guías, gameplays y demás cosas. Si eres una persona que está viendo por primera vez alguno de mis videos, te recuerdo que te suscribas y actives la campanita para que recibas notificaciones de los próximos videos que estaré subiendo. Les mando un abrazo a todos ustedes y los espero en el próximo video. Hasta luego, chicos, nos vemos.